Welcome to Martini Time. I'm back. I think I've been off for a month. Let's see what the frog brings up tonight. So, I did cut my martini. Oh, that was good. I haven't had a martini in a month. And I have cut them in half. See, this is one shot instead of two. So anyway, I'm back and the title of this talk is Let's Play Again. And I've been, why did I stop doing the talk? Well, it began to be a resistance. It was like, I don't want to get it up. What for? What's the use? And so it's kind of like thought interjected and created a wedge. Like there's this, I consider this play. And if it's not play, if it's not fun, if it's not spontaneous and free, well, I don't want to do it. So it began to break apart, and now I can see now what happened. But when a wedge comes into your life and starts to, that's what a wedge does. It divides you, puts you in a conflict with yourself, and then you don't have your full self to give to anything because you're fighting yourself. One half wants to give and the other half stays back and does that, you see. So you've got this going on, and you can't play. You can't play when you do that. Play is jumping into it. Play is letting go of everything and just jumping into something. Kids do it naturally. And you see adults, some of them will jump on the kid and play, and the other one will sit back and be the parent, enjoying the play, but not entering into it. My parents couldn't play, but I don't want to get into that. So my whole life has been basically the search for play. If you want to reduce it down to that, the research for play. And so this Martini Time is my play, in the sense that I just throw myself into it, and I found out when I wasn't doing it, I missed it. And yet I was reluctant to get it going again. So once I separated from it, I gotta get back and do it, you see. Why, and all that resistance comes in, and it just gets, the more you think you should want to do it, the more you resist, you see. And so today, my sister-in-law was here, and we were talking this morning, and I talking a little bit about why I hadn't been doing it. She said, "How's your martini time?" And I said I hadn't been doing it. So then I don't know. And she said, "Oh, well, that's too bad." And I figured, yeah, it was too bad. So I just decided, well, it's back. I'm back, And that's kind of the way it is when you pull yourself back out, whether it's from some emotional issues, or just tired, or you're sick, or you get disgusted, or you get broken, or somebody mistrusts you, trust is broken, and all that, and you pull back and you like a wounded animal, and you lick your wounds, and then suddenly one day I'm back. You're back. You're ready to go back. You're ready to jump back in. There seems to have been a healing process, or something that something needed a break. You needed some pullback in order to reinvent yourself, to realize that you missed it, to realize that you miss life. When we pull back, cross our arms, and we pull back from the play of life, we're walking dead. Essentially, we're walking dead, but we're walking around. You think I'm alive, but we're really kind of like dead to life. And then suddenly, you get an adjustment. You get a chiropractic spiritual adjustment, and you're back. You're back in. It feels good. So it's not an age matter. It's not a health matter. It's a psychological matter. It's realizing that you cannot not play. You realize that you can't not be alive, that you can't not be in relationship. And this play relationship that I'm describing here, as I look at it in myself, is that it's unconditioned. Play is unconditioned, and play is effortless. But there's effort in play. I mean, there's effort in what I'm doing here, but it's also effortless. So it's effortless effort. And that's a paradox. It's kind of like choiceless choice. It's two opposites held together. Two opposites held together. Effort and effortless are opposites, but play holds them together, you see, like that. Effort. And so we spend all of our life, basically, in the West, in our culture, is making effort. We don't understand effortless. If you got to do something, meditation is play. It's effortless effort. But people try to get effort. I go, well, I got to do it. You see, and that creates a split, and you eventually give up doing it, you see. So play is effortless effort, and it is timeless. You don't play in the future. You don't play for some goal. You don't play for something to gain, to get out of it. If you do, it's not play. So play is always now. And it's unconditioned. It's kind of like unplugged. And it is without a goal. And it is without effort. So there's a joy in play. The joy of being effortless. The joy of being free. So freedom is being effortless. But then there's effort in it, but it's effortless effort, you see. And this is a discovery, because you can't try to do it. You can't try to play. Just like you ask a kid, as a photographer, I always knew that, when the kid comes in, the mother says, try to smile now, and the kid goes, ee, and then I have to undo the smile. I have to, you want me to tell the mother to go out? I have to get rid of this thing, So play can't happen when you see yourself through the eyes of the other. You see. So the mother wants the kid to smile so she will look good, through the kid, I guess. I don't know. But anyway, the idea is that you can't play if you're afraid of what people will think. So maybe the mother's thinking, well, if the kid isn't smiled, they think I'm a bad mother. So she can't play. And the kid is frozen. But anyway, I digress. So we're looking at this idea that what prevents you from playing, and it seems to me, watching my own self, is that when what will people think? Or what, if I object to myself, if I put a wedge in myself into two selves, one self is doing and the other one is commenting and justifying and criticizing what I'm doing, as if I was in the eye of another. So I think we will project this other eye, this other mind, this watching mind, this criticizing mind, and we think it's other people. So if I were to project that onto you, I might have stage fright now, thinking about, well, you're looking at me now. Do you think I'm an idiot? Do you think I'm, what do you think of me? So if I care what you think about me when I'm playing, I can't play. See, but when you're playing, there is no objectification of you. You are subjective. You are just doing the play spontaneously. And this is why we love, comedians and people, actors and all that. How can they do that? How can they be so free when you've got a million people looking at you? How can you do that? So it's a state of play they're in. So the state of play is when you don't divide yourself into two eyes, one critical of the other. And then you project that other eye out into the crowd of the audience. As soon as you do that, you got stage fright. See, so that has to be transcended. So that has to be that is this wedge, you see, has to be seen, has to be exposed, has to be transcended before you can play. So play is so important. Kids, if you don't let kids play, they go crazy, and adults too. Adults need to play. Everything can be used as play. Play comes in any form you want. And so play is a metaphor. For instance, if you see a child picks up a rock and he's got some dirt and he runs around with the rock going choo choo choo, he's made that rock into a car. Now he believes that rock's a car, and he feels it and he sees it and he imagines the road and all of that, you see. So he's playing with the rock as a car, but at the same time in the back of his mind he knows it's a rock. So when his mother calls him to dinner, he just drops the rock and goes home. So in other words, so in play is a metaphor in that the rock is a rock, but the rock is not a rock, it's a car. So the rock is a rock and the rock is a car. And the play holds them together. The play holds these two contradictions together, rock and car, as play. So when you hold these two contradictions together, it's like, I'll bring up my favorite metaphor, the battery. See, you got positive and you got negative. So here you got the rock and here you got the car. Now in play, you hold them together and you believe the rock is a car, but at the same time you know it's not a car. But you play that it is a car. You play that it is a car, so it's like going to a movie. Suspension of disbelief. You go to a movie and you suspend the belief that the movie's not real. So now you can enter into the movie and you're afraid and happy and do all the emotions of the movie, unless somebody punches you and says, "Hey, what time is it?" I'm back. Will you shut up? I'm in the movie, you see. So you are playing in the movie, right? And if you sit there with your arms crossed and say, "Well, this is not very good. This is not a good movie," you're not playing. And you, of course, when can I get out of here? You've got your arms crossed, you see. You're not holding the positive and negative together. You're not holding the car and the rock and the car together. Now this generates energy. It's like this battery. You hold the two ends, the two poles together in this contained tension. The contained tension is a generator of energy. You can use this to turn on a light. You see, you can use that energy. So if you're in play, the energy of the opposites in the metaphor, using the rock and the car, the child playing, holding these two opposites together in the play generates creative energy. And that creative energy drives the play. So you start doing stuff in the play that you wouldn't normally do. You discover things. You discover things with that energy because it's free energy. It's creative energy. You've created the creative energy by your play, by your surrender, and not just seeing everything as a fundamentalist, you see. Now, a fundamentalist would say, "Well, this is a matchbox." The child would say, "Oh, a car." "No, it's not a car, it's a matchbox. Put it down." You see, the fundamentalist mind is serious. It can't play with anything because everything is what it is. MacGyver plays with everything, anything. Well, this could be anything. So anyway, we've been looking at, I'm glad you dropped in, and I'm back with the Martini Times to play with you. Let's play together. Thank you for dropping in. I forgot my clock, so I don't know how long I've been on.